So I feel like iCarly. I was gonna say R. Kylie. Nope.
Leave the rest to me. Leave it all to me.
I love that song too.
Mama cute him. Mama cute him. Mama cute him. T-Bone.
Kill him. She did. Well, actually didn't kill him, which is the crazy part.
Alakazam,
She
Alakazoo.
simply asked him to do whatever his little trick was,
And trick he did.
right off the
Right.
balcony.
Watch out, y'all. Tebow was in the room. The upper.
So we watched that this morning
Indeed.
and then proceeded to rewatch that moment multiple
Mama killed
times
him.
today.
Mama killed him. Mama killed him.
And then like we just noticed so many different things, like Stevie being like pointing to the portrait of Tebow. R.I.P. to Tebow.
Sit down.
Sit down. Hi, friends.
I
Girly pop.
said, tell me what's really going on. Coach A back up in this thing. I'm ready. What's happening? Gone for surgery, but now I'm back again. I'm on my
Well,
paper like a motherfucking scratching win. What's poppin'? How you doing today?
I'm actually really tired. I was up early this morning, and now I think this is usually the time when I start to
Hit that
crash.
wall, that nasty fall.
But I'm really happy. I'm really happy to be here where I am right now. How are you?
There we go. We got a scenery change.
We do have the
We got
scenery
a scenery
change.
change.
Yeah, I do have to tell you something.
Keep you on your toes.
We do. I have to tell you something. There is like a really beautiful girl across the hall from me, and I'm like kind of nervous.
You should get her number.
I might work up the courage, but like she's kind of
You should
looking right
definitely
at
get her
me.
number. Just pull up on
Okay.
her. What's your pickup line?
Mm, I don't know. I don't really. That's not what I do.
You don't pick
I'm
up.
not.
You get
I'm
picked
not a
up.
picker upper.
You get picked up. You not bounty.
I'm not bounty. Absolutely not. I'm whatever is the spill that is getting picked up.
That's what's wrong with the world today. Y'all don't be saying, you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't be taking the first step, taking the initiative. Y'all
I feel
want
like
y'all want the mask or the stud to do it for you. Or do it first, initiate the conversation.
yeah, my way of initiating is like making eyes at you so that you can initiate. Like I'm looking at you and you gotta pick it up and
But see,
then
like,
take.
I hear you, but hear me out though. What if they can't see? What if they like
I mean,
me and they just blind? Like, I don't
but
know.
you have your glasses on. So what are we talking about?
What if I'm drunk?
Then I could send you a drink, perhaps. Like that's like a passive way of making the
Yeah, you can
person.
send you send me, but that's tricky. The gesture is cool, but it depends on the drink. 'Cause I feel like different drinks send different messages. Like if you send somebody an Incredible Hulk, they're gonna be like,
Yeah,
"Whoa,
I would be like, you think I'm ghetto? you think you? Where do you think I reside?
what do you think is like the best, like the safest drink to send anybody? Male, female, gay, straight. Like, what do you think is the safest drink you can send? That's not a beer.
Yeah, I was gonna say a beer is
That's
pretty
not a beer.
mellow, or like a
Liquor,
cider,
hard liquor.
hard liquor. So not even like a glass of rosé.
No, no,
Like
no,
I'd be like, send
no,
them a glass of wine
no. What is the best, the safest
for
cocktail
anybody. For anybody,
for
maybe like a
anybody?
lemon drop.
Lemon drop.
Maybe like a lemon drop or like a what else is good? Yeah, like a lemon drop, Sex on the Beach, something like that. Something fruity.
Okay.
I think I would send somebody a lemon drop, I guess, if I was to send somebody a drink.
You sending drinks or
Unless I if
you sending drinks or
hmm?
you sending shots?
A shot is actually crazy.
Is it?
I think to send somebody that you don't know a shot is a
I'm
choice.
like, yeah, send her a green tea shot.
That's nice. I would accept your green tea
That's
shot.
what I'm
I would be like,
saying.
oh,
You can't
thanks.
go wrong
But
with
a
a
shot,
green
when you say shot, that makes me think like, oh, send her like some Casamigos.
No, see, no.
You mean a mixed shot?
Somebody send me Casamigos. We fighting on site.
Yeah, like why are you sending me
Why
a
would you
shot of
send me
straight alcohol?
Casa?
But a green tea shot, okay, I would accept that because those
Yeah.
are very chill.
You can't go
We
wrong.
should go get some actually.
Green tea shot. If I'm sending a drink, if I were to send a drink, I'd probably send like probably like a Bay Breeze or
You do love a paper.
you know vodka soda, something simple.
I'm sorry, my lights are dimming. Oh, nah, it just got really dark in here.
Damn, I guess we should change the subject.
That just took me out a little bit. I'm actually kind of terrified.
Anyway,
Um,
Welcome one, welcome all to another installment of the greatest
Mhm.
podcast east of the Mississippi and
Yeah.
west, the unofficial transcript. I am your amazing, undefeated, hell of a host, Coach A, aka Big what?
Scorp.
Big Scorp.
And I'm Dr. D. I don't have any of the fanfare that you have. I feel like very much like Dr. D today. I was very much in Dr. D mode. Usually I don't feel like that. I feel like an imposter. But today is a Dr. D day for sure. So I embrace it.
We're definitely polar opposites. It's no way.
Are we polar
The
opposite?
the worst thing that could happen, not the worst thing, but y'all don't want me to have a doctor in front of my name. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You ain't gonna be able to tell me shite. You can't tell me nothing now.
I mean, I use it. I use it when I need to use it. In fact, my doctor versary is coming up soon, which is crazy. So Dr. D will be 2 years
That's
old.
wild.
It is wild.
Mm,
2 years, almost 2 years ago, I defended my dissertation
but you did it. You guado.
and became a doctor. I did Guaduado
Guado.
and did.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
We all need to
Couldn't have done
strive
it
to be
without you.
like Dr. D.
Say that one more time.
We all need to strive to be like Dr. D.
Oh yeah, we need more Black women doctors. Only 4.4% of the doctorates.
4.4.
It was only 3%. When I started my doctorate, it was 3% of doctorates were given to Black women, or Black women earned
Is that
doctorates.
nationally or internationally?
Nationally.
Nationally. That's crazy.
So of the doctorates out there, only 4.4% of them are Black women.
And most of them probably are either like medical doctors or education related. Wild.
So it's an alarming stat, but we're rare, I suppose. So join us. It's not that hard.
Hell yeah. It's okay to be rare. Back in the day, my Snapchat name was Rare Commodity.
Rare commodity.
Period. I should bring that back.
I would agree with that. I would agree that you're a rare commodity. I think my Snapchat name was just my name.
Dr. D.
I didn't really snap too much. Like I just used it to watch Dr. Miami.
On Snapchat?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. We would watch them BBLs on Snapchat all day.
Interesting.
Just tap 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 through literal surgeries on Snapchat.
I love that for you. Hell yeah. Did you learn anything?
That I don't want a BBL. That it looks very painful. The way he like stabs this like thingy in, and like I don't know if he's sucking fat out or putting fat in, whatever. It's like somebody taking a metal straw and just like stabbing it through your hiney.
Is it like a do the end look like the end of the Capri Sun straw?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of stabby.
It's kind of stabby.
Yeah, and I can imagine like the recovery of that, like the way he's not doing it gently. He's like,
That's why you need meds.
you need meds. But yeah, no. If I was to get a surgery, BBL would not be the one that I would select off the menu.
Man, stay off the table.
Please.
Stay off the table. As somebody who has gotten 7 surgeries, stay off the table. Not a BBO though.
Not a BBL.
I ain't getting
This might be gross. Well, this is going to be gross, but this guy on TikTok had a surgery and he read the surgical notes. Have you seen this? And they like described medically like what they did to him. And I don't know what the procedure was, but it definitely had to do something with his butt. And they described in medical terms how they taped his ass cheeks apart. Like, and I was like, oh, like I would not want to read that somebody opened up my butt cheeks and like taped them apart for medical reasons. Could you imagine? Like,
you just spread open. God damn.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I've ever read my own surgical notes, but the first time I got surgery, I had it on my ACL. I had an ACL tear, complete tear, and meniscus. So I got that surgery. And then I ended up tearing my ACL again. So the second time around, I don't know what made me, but I was curious. I was like, let me look online, see if I can find something. Like, what do they be doing? Like, how do you reconstruct an ACL?
Yeah.
And it led me to like an actual video in an actual operating room during an actual procedure. And when I tell you I was scarred for life, They be in there playing, just moving your knee any old which way.
Crazy.
They just thank God for anesthesia. I don't understand how people back in the day had surgery without anesthesia.
Literally, they would just like you would just drink some whiskey or something.
Yeah. Super wild.
Super wild.
Anywho, I suppose we should get to the show. All right. So I think today what we're going to talk about is, I guess I could be like a pastor, be like, everybody,
Okay.
pull out your Bibles, go with me to the book of. Everybody can't go because they can't.
Yeah.
So I think like one of the hardest lessons in life is kind of realizing that everybody that you started your journey with is not going to be there like at the end. They're not meant to always finish it with you.
Yeah.
And so, and it doesn't like that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? And it doesn't make those people bad. It's just a fact of life, right? Like everybody you start with ain't gonna be there. Maybe y'all grow apart. Maybe the paths change. Maybe there is a fallout. But I think when you go through life, when you grow through life, one of the painful truths that you learn is just that everybody can't go.
Absolutely. I used to think that was like a flaw, like a personality. Like I used to think it was me, like when my friends did not transition with me through the next phase. Like I think we talked about this before, but like my middle school friends didn't necessarily stay with me in high school. My high school friends didn't necessarily stay with me through
Yeah.
college, and my college friends didn't necessarily stay with me through, postgraduate life. And I thought that like maybe I was the drama or like there's
Mm,
something wrong with me that like these friendships are not lasting. I think because the people like my mom for example, her friend group is like 20 plus years, 30 plus years probably locked in. And I saw them as like, okay, this is what it's supposed to be. Like this
yeah.
is what it's supposed to be like. Have friendships that last 30 plus years and never like fall out, or at least to my knowledge, never fall out. And so I don't know, I think I subconsciously might have compared myself to that. And so when my friendships didn't do that, didn't have that longevity, I was like, well, maybe I'm the bad guy. But I think as an adult, I'm realizing that that's not necessarily the case. It really do just be some people is in your life for a season, and that's okay. Like that's not bad.
Okay. That's okay. That is okay. Some friendships for sure have an expiration date.
Hmm.
And I think the messed up, I guess, part about it is that like, when you buy milk or you buy bread or whatever, you can see the expiration date so you know. But with friendships it's not like that.
Yeah,
You don't know when the end is gonna come. It's like death. You don't know when the end gonna come, but you know it's coming.
yeah, and it's like I don't think we like as humans we want to think about it like that. I don't think we ever approach people or meet people like, yeah, this ain't gonna last.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think people want to think about that, but I think sometimes people just reveal themselves, or maybe you reveal things about yourself that somebody might be like, no thanks. Or they reveal things about themselves that you're like, no thanks. So I think it's a challenge.
It is a challenge. I think college is a really good example, right? Because I don't think that we go into college necessarily thinking like these only gonna be my friends for 4 years.
Right.
Like we're not thinking like that. And honestly, like that's not always the truth, right? Like there are plenty of friends that last far beyond college. Like I still have friends that I talk to and I've been out of college.
10 years? Yeah.
Yes. I mean, and then some of us we what 14 years strong. Which is wild. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Aging.
Golly, my
Aging.
bad. I just had that just came to me like an epiphany.
Do you think some people are only in friendships or relationships for that matter, like because of proximity? And that maybe sometimes our friends are only our friends because of proximity and not because we actually vibe with them, but just because we just happen to be in the same space?
Yeah, for sure. There are definitely people that I met in college that I was friends with in college that looking back, if we weren't in the same damn class every day, we probably would have never like.
Hmm.
So yes, I think a lot of friendships are proximity based. That's a really good question.
I think it's,
I
yeah.
gotta think
I
about
think
that.
many of them are.
Yeah.
But I guess meeting friends, like unless you are on like Bumble BFF or like in some kind of thing, because there are things these days where you like people who intentionally want to find friends meet up, and that's like you're trying to control that.
Yeah.
You're trying to control the fact that you're having a relationship, making a relationship. You're making an effort. But I guess most friendships, most relationships start off because of proximity, because people live in the same area or are at the same event or something like that, and then you just hit it off. Um, and sometimes, yeah, sometimes I guess you just immediately know you're not compatible and just still keep going through it.
Mhm.
because of proximity. Maybe you don't want to kill the vibe of whatever situation you're in. So you're just like, I'll just be friends with you.
I'll just be friends with you. You here. Might as
You
well.
here. And nobody wants that. But like, I think a lot of people are in situations just because somebody was there.
You know, it's funny because we talking about friends, right? Which is important, right? Like friends are important, but when we talking about the subject of today, right? Like everybody can go. The truth of the matter is that also can apply to family. Like it's not just friends, right? Like sometimes you gotta cut some cousins off, you know what I'm saying, or cut your. It's a lot of people who are no contact with their parents, you know what I mean. Luckily for me, my daddy went no contact with me, 3 months out the womb. You feel me? You look so disappointed.
I'm not disappointed. I was just listening.
But no, on some real, like this applies to family as well, right? Like, and that sometimes can be the hardest boundary, like the hardest line to draw in the sand.
Yeah.
So yeah, just wanted to make that point.
No, that's very true. I had like I think a very hard time dealing with that reality. Like especially like with my cousins, like my own generation,
Mm-hmm.
where I think again, like seeing my mom's generation of them, like, friendships, cousins, family, whatever, they are just so locked in and have been for so long. To me, that was the standard.
Mm-hmm.
And so when my cousins or like my like generation, if you will, weren't doing that, I'm like, where did we go wrong? Like, why
Yeah.
are we not as locked in as they are? And I personally need to therapize myself, need to get out of that mindset. But I think that's definitely something that I had to deal with family members being like branching out and doing their own things
Yeah.
and moving and like having their own life in other places and being like interesting, like, and feeling like entitled. I think I definitely felt a lot of entitlement to like being invited places and doing certain things and being a part of certain life events. But like maybe I'm the person that just can't come. Like that's just, for that person's journey.
Yeah.
It's not like personal. It's not like anything that anybody did,
Yeah.
but that person's moving forward or those people are moving forward in on their own path. And like just because we're related doesn't mean that like we have to go along. Like this person is cultivating their own life in their own,
Yeah.
doing their own thing, and learning how to not take it personally was
Yeah.
definitely something I had to learn for sure.
For sure, for sure. And I feel that like my family, I've said multiple times on the show, my family is big. I come from a large army of cousins and aunts and uncles and nieces and that, like, you know what I'm saying. And we've had people move away. Like we've had people move to Boston and move to Cali, and people move. While it is like kind of sad, is you the way that I look at it, I think it's a good thing, right? Because there are so many people who maybe they have a lot of family, maybe they don't, but they can't seem to leave home. Like I've been guilty of that myself. Like when you comfortable and you know you got community here, you know you got a support system, and like you know all these things that you have here. It is scary. It's scarier to go out into the world of the unknown, where you know you probably not gonna have all of that, right? Like you can't just go down the street to grandma's house and get you, you know what I'm saying, a pound cake. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or you can't just call your sister to ask her to watch your kids while you run, wherever. So um it definitely takes a lot. And I respect those who do like up and leave.
Yeah.
But like that's another thing though. Like for whatever reason that you're leaving, you feel like you gotta leave your family behind. Your family can't go. Your
Your
family.
family can't go. You can't take your whole family to wherever your next chapter is, especially if it's out of town or out of the country or something like that. And it's hard. I think it's hard because family, and saying not everybody can come, and that includes family, is also saying like your family isn't invited. That's very counterintuitive to a lot of black families, like we're taught that family is everything. Family comes before everything.
I swear I can never remember who said what to me. But but so like in terms of like leaving people behind, right? Like, we say everybody can't go, but there are many ways to word it. Like sometimes it's you leaving people behind, sometimes you just cutting people out your life, like whatever. Kind of a good metaphor for that someone said to me was that, when you give birth, how many people allowed in the room?
One or two.
Everybody can't witness your birth or rebirth in in this case, right? So it's not necessarily a bad thing, but sometimes, like for the safety of you, for the safety of the baby, for the safety of whatever, you have to limit the people in the room witnessing the rebirth or the birth.
Yeah, yeah,
And I think that's an excellent metaphor for what we're talking about, right? Like that sometimes when you go through change or you going through like a level up or a glow up or whatever, right? Or maybe
hmm
you don't even know what you're doing, which is a lot of us as adults, but you just know that you need to get out of where you're at
right,
or you just need
right.
to change. The less people you have around you to tell you like, oh, don't do that, that's stupid, why would you do, you know what I'm saying? The less noise you have around you, the better.
Very true. Very, very true. I think it's also a really good metaphor because it's like think about who are the people that you usually have in the room with you when you give birth. Like the relationships, like they're the closest people to you. And so it's not just any two people. It's like it's not just anybody. It's like people who it makes sense. Like it has to make sense. And I think that's important. That's a good metaphor. I don't know who said that to you, but shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to you, whoever you are.
Anonymous.
So when we talk about like cutting people off or whatever, right?
hmm
Do you think that people deserve a conversation when you pulling back from them or you ghosting them or however you want to word it? Do you think they deserve a conversation or do you think that the distance itself is the conversation? Like read the
Personally,
room.
do people deserve a conversation? Sometimes. I think it depends. I think the sometimes you do deserve an explanation because it might seem sudden or like out of the blue, but like everyone doesn't deserve a conversation. And even if you deserve a conversation, I don't know if having a conversation is always productive. So it's very up in the air around who deserves a conversation. Because you could be like distancing yourself from someone who didn't necessarily wrong you in any way. It's just like
Hmm.
not a good fit. And so having the conversation is like, I just don't really vibe with you. I guess. I think a lot of people feel the need for closure. Like people are like, I
Yeah.
need to have closure or I need to get this off my chest. And I think personally that's kind of more for your own self,
Yeah.
like for your own sense of closure than the other person. Like I think oftentimes, like we were just talking about Love is Blind, and when what's his name said, I don't want to get married, I'm not ready to get married, and then turned around and got engaged to somebody else. It's like the to you is silent. Like sometimes people say, I don't want this or I don't want that. It's like with you. But they don't say that part because that hurts people's feelings. You don't want to hear it. Nobody wants to hear that. So I don't necessarily think a conversation is always warranted or necessary. I think sometimes it could just dig the knife in a little deeper.
Yeah.
I've been friend breaking broken up with twice. And I'm like, well, if I get one more friend breakup, then maybe it's me. But I've had two different people, like two people who I've considered like best friends, actually write out a text message of what they felt like was misaligned between us.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, like you got that off, but now that doesn't really change anything. So like you telling me you writing this thing, I don't know. Like I don't know if how productive it is. I would rather you just like exit, I suppose, than like make a speech about why you're exiting.
Yeah. As a professional ghoster in my past life,
I was about to say
in my
your past.
past life, it's definitely a case by case basis. Like if you in a relationship with somebody, you can't just. I mean, you could. Let me not use the word can. You could just ghost them, but
That would be horrible.
like, yeah, that's we don't do that. We don't do that. But like with friendships, I've for sure had multiple friendships where I just felt like they didn't serve me anymore or like they didn't add any value. And I've gotten to the point in my life where like I don't really have the time or the energy or the want to have meaningless interactions or friendships with people who don't add any value or now, I will say that there are certain friends that have roles, like for sure. Like for
hmm
example, if I wanna go out, if I wanna have like a night on the town or whatever, go to the club. Well, I don't really club no more, but go to a party or whatever. There are specific friends I'ma call, right?
hmm
But like it's certain friends like if I call you at 9 o'clock, I already know you in the bed and I know you ain't getting out. You is already in the bed rubbing your feet together, watching Love is Blind or
hmm
whatever. SpongeBob. So I'm not calling you. But It's some that I know. Some of my friends I call and be it's send an Addy. We there. We outside.
Mm-hmm.
So there's definitely friends that serve certain purposes. Generally speaking, if it don't serve me, or if I feel like it's no purpose, then I'm probably gonna ghost you. And sometimes I feel like it don't be worth having a conversation.
I don't think it's that productive, honestly. It hurts to be ghosted, don't get me wrong. Like it sucks to just have a relationship just kind of yanked, or a person
Yeah,
just kind of yanked from your life, and wondering like what went wrong, or what's going on with the person, cuz sometimes it's like, did they die? Are they okay? Like, did something happen? And then it's like, no, they just blocked you. Like, no, they literally just ghosted you. And I really don't think it's any better to have a reason, like to have a exit interview with the
the
person.
exit
Like, I
interview.
don't think you need to do that. Like, why are we having exit interviews for friendships? I don't want to hear that. It's just, it's
What could
not
I have
it,
done better?
yeah, like what am I gonna do with this information? I don't think that you do this, this, and this. Cool. All right. I think it's interesting that you said like relationships that don't serve you. And this is something that I think I struggle with, is like that mindset, I guess, of like what people can do for you, or what relationships can do for you. How can they add value to your life, I suppose. And I think in a many of my friendships, relationships, like just many of my experiences in life in general, like from middle school to like grown up, I think it's always been that I was adding something or adding value to other people. And I didn't necessarily feel that it was reciprocated. And I didn't know if it could be even reciprocated. I think a lot of people, like, had good grades or whatever. I think a lot of people became my friends because of that. Like, oh, she's smart, I'm going to just get close to her. Or, oh, she's this or that. And it's obvious that, like, beyond what I can do for you, what I can help you with, it's not like an interest in who I am as a person, which is sometimes how it's like we find out later that it's misaligned because I'm not helping you with your homework no more, or I'm not helping you with this no more. And it's like, oh, well, you're actually mean, or you're actually
Yeah,
boring, or you're actually this or that. And it's like, well, you came into it because you saw the value that I brought to you.
right.
You didn't consider what value you brought to me. And maybe you just don't bring any value to, like, you just don't bring any value to me. And so I'm not going to hold you at the highest of standards, I suppose, which that could be a me thing, but that's definitely something I struggle with. I think expressing, like, what do you add to my life? What value do you bring to my life?
Yeah, I think that's beyond friendships. I think this is like a life thing, right? And
Hmm.
it should be applied to every facet of relationships that you have at work and romantic relationships, even with family. And
Hmm.
I this is coming from a special place. Like this is personal to me.
Hmm.
So reciprocation is like so important and it's often overlooked. So
Hmm.
when you come across a person who is nice, like they always look out for you, they always check up on you, the strong friend, right?
Right.
I've been labeled as the strong friend. I've been labeled by other people and I've often labeled myself as a strong friend. So I'm usually the one, always have been, well, up until this point in my life, I've always been the one to reach out, check up on, you good, you need anything, like if you got something going on, I'm popping out. I don't care where it's at, I'm driving, I'm catching flights to your event. I'm making sure your family good, making sure you straight. Like when I was in college, it was people who would hit me up and be like, "Yo, like, can we talk?" And we would just we could be in my car in my dorm room till like 2 a.m. just rapping, just so they can get it off their chest. Like I always been that person.
Hmm.
And then sometimes, like when you going through stuff, as that person, when you go through stuff and you look around and ain't nobody there, you be like, "Oh, you motherfuckers!"
Right.
Like
That's a
that's
hard
so
thing to do.
wild. That is
Yeah.
so wild.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, and I'm not pointing fingers, right? Like at the same time, that's on me because I should have not only voiced my feelings, but also kind of like demanded for lack of a better word, demanded
Hmm.
that reciprocation. Like,
Yeah.
hey, you don't see this pattern? Like, you don't see every time you need somebody to talk to, I always answer the phone.
Right.
Every time you need something, I'm always there. You need $5, I'm there. Like,
Yep. It's a very sobering reality. And I think I discovered this like going through my cash app one time. You know how you can see like how much you send to somebody versus how much they send to you. Like you can see
Hmm.
that in a chart, like a graphic of like I sent this person X amount of dollars, they sent me this amount of dollars. And it's like it has nothing to do with the Cash App like specifically, but I thought like think about that in terms of relationships. How many people would your bar be like 85% is you giving to them
Yeah.
and whatever 100 minus 85 is, that percent,
15.
15% is them giving to you. Or is it 100 and zero? Like there are people, like family members or whatever, who I've cashed up them thousands and they cash at me zero. And
Wild.
it's like, whoa, whoa. It's just crazy like reality to even like think about. But I think often think of not like with money specifically, but just with energy, with effort of like if we had a visual representation of like how people are involved with each other, how they contribute to each other's lives, it would be very sobering, I think, to think about the amount of people, and this is like work, friends, like all the people in my orbit, like how many people take from me, for lack of a better term, like ask me for things, for ideas, pick your brain, do this, do that, versus pouring into me or like asking me if I need anything. I don't know. I also have a hard time asking for help, like real bad. But I think it also comes from never being able to ask people for help with the things that
Right.
I'm dealing
Or it's just that every you the person that people ask for help.
with.
So
Right.
if you're the helper, if you are always the helper, people feel like they can't help you.
Right.
Or I do you one better. People feel like they don't have to help you
Like you
because
just
you
got it all
always
together.
got it. Yeah, you got it together. You got it. I think me and you are alike in that way, where it's like to the people around us, the people who mean the most to us, like our family and stuff like that.
Hmm.
We I don't know who told them, but apparently we got it all together.
Right. Like no need to worry about them. They're
Yeah,
great.
they good. They good. So, you
So
know,
like yeah.
the only people I could
You know.
say the only people I could say that really like looked out for real is my great grandmother and my grandmother and my mom.
Hmm.
Like,
Hmm.
but my great grandmother was good for like she ain't
Checking
even
in.
I don't, she don't my great grandmother probably when she was alive probably never knew how much money I made, or even my grandmother probably never knew how much money I made. But they would always call me and be like, "Yo, you need something." My great grandmother mailed me loose quarters
I
in
love
an
that.
envelope, talking about just in case you need to wash your drawers. I ain't saying
But
you
that's
don't
so
got it.
thoughtful.
Right,
That's
right.
so thoughtful. To be considered when most people don't consider you is like such a blessing. It's like it's so rare. It means all that much more. It's like, oh, you really thought about me. When there's so many other people, there's so many other bigger fires that you could be putting out. That's how I look at
Yeah,
it. Like there's so many other people who need more help, I guess.
yeah,
So do I need help? Yes. Like do I need help? Yes. But are there people who need a lot more help
yeah.
that are louder and the squeakier wheels than I am? Also, yes. So when people go beyond the person that always needs help and ask you for the thing that you would never even ask for is like I love that. My grandmother is like that also. Shout out Graham.
It's so weird. It's so well. It is. It's interesting because I found as a person who has always been like the giver,
Mhm.
um, in every facet, right? Like just everything, even Christmas. Like I take Christmas personal. Like I put so much thought I feel into the gifts that I give. Like I'm not really like a gift carder or anything like I
You
try
give
to
gifts that make sense
yeah.
to the individual. Yes, you do.
So like, you know, I'm so intentional, at least I try to be with how I give, whether it's physical or, you know, whatever, right? Service based, like whatever. I find it very difficult to like receive it. And it's not that I don't want it,
Yeah,
but like that hasn't been my normal. Like people don't just give to me, right? At least not like how I give to other people.
yeah.
And so when people do nice things, I'd be like, what?
Me
Me?
or me?
Like my last birthday, a couple days before my last birthday, I walked into work and the whole office was just decorated. Now, granted, I got a holiday birthday, but like it wasn't holiday. It was like happy birthday. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was, and I ain't never had that happen before.
At
Like I'm
work.
talking my whole office. No, my whole office food. They done cater food. It was a cake or cupcakes or whatever. Like it was a whole thing. And I walked. I'm like, bro, I'm ready to cry. Because what do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah.
So But yeah, I find it difficult to to receive. But like I say that to say though, I don't think that people who don't give a lot, like if you're always receiving, I don't think people like that understand what the opposite feeling is like.
Yeah,
Like if you so used to getting gifts, you used to that feeling. But when you're not used to getting gifts or acts of service or whatever, you be like, it's kind of awkward.
it is.
As extra as talkative as I am, you want to see me speechless? Do something nice.
Mm.
Do something nice. What? I probably cry.
I think you have cried at a gift before.
That's what I'm saying. Cause I'm like, yo, me? Like me?
Yeah. It's crazy. And I think I grew up sharing my birthday with a lot of other people. Like there's just a million birthdays in August in my family. And so I grew up with a cake saying happy birthday, Dariel and like so like that's just been that was my life. Like it's always been my birthday and somebody else's. And so as an adult, I'm like it's weird. It's a very and I also have a summer birthday, so I never had school birthdays. I never had that like type of focus just on me as a person. Yeah, somebody actually taking the time to honor you as an
Yeah.
individual is so interesting. And I think like I was talking to shout out to Alicia and to Taylor. Our birthdays are back to back. August 8th, August 11th, August 18th. So three Leos back to back to back, like a couple days between us all. And so we had this conversation in February, like, all right, what we doing? Like, how is we going to do this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because each person has their individual day that,
Hmm.
like, Alicia said this, like, I think your birthday is your day. Like, at the very least, you're going to get this, this, and this. Like, will we celebrate the whole season together and do everything all month? Yes. But, like, your day is your day. You don't have to feel like it's a mixture of things or like we all have to, it's not that, it's not like, that's not that. It's your day. So, like, I really appreciate the effort to like I don't know. I think it's my mindset to like mush everything together because that's how I always have done it. But it's like no, it is my day. I can't. Even last year, I had to work on my birthday, which is crazy.
Which
But
is nuts. I refuse.
the work I do, it's worth it. It is worth it, people. Like
I ain't saying it ain't worth it, but I couldn't tell you the last birthday. I don't think I've ever worked on my birthday.
you
Actually, as a
shouldn't.
matter of
Nobody
fact,
should work on their birthday.
I've
Nobody should.
never worked on my birthday. And I don't like I said I got a holiday birthday, but it's not my birthday on Halloween. It's not like a you get off work holiday. It's a
Yeah.
working day. If it's
The
on
work.
Monday through Friday, you at work. Like,
Yeah.
but you know what? I'm sitting here thinking, and I'm not trying to therapize myself. I know we try very hard not to do that on this show.
Yeah.
But that may be like this everything that we're talking about, like how everything is not always reciprocated. I think that might be a really big part of why I do so much like for myself, right? Like I don't know if you want to call it self care or anything like that, but like that's why I make it up. Like I take myself on vacation, or I buy those shoes, or I buy, you know what I'm saying? Like I try to make sure that I get all the things that I get myself all the things that I want.
Mhm.
Cause I'm not waiting on somebody else to do it for me. I'm not waiting on it to just happen, right? Somebody
Yeah.
to give me something. I just go get it because
You do
that
it.
shit ain't coming. But like, imagine if you had a community of people pouring into you. But I think I've said this before on the show. Like, I've always had to be the one to refill my own cup. Like, I pour everybody gets some out of my cup, and then I walk my happy ass back to my own little personal water cooler and fill that shit back up.
And fill yours up for yourself.
Don't nobody pour into mine. You
Yeah.
feel me? But I also don't do it like I don't do it expecting reciprocation though,
Mhm.
and I don't do it for reciprocation. I do it because that's genuinely just the person I am. That's just
Yeah.
how God. Like I came out the womb like this.
Yeah.
I
You
can be
want
an
to help
asshole.
people.
Yeah, my heart is huge, like way too big, way too big. But don't mistake it for weakness though, because
Right, right, right.
you will
No.
be surprised. I can be cold blooded, but like naturally, I am a big hearted person, especially
Mhm.
when it comes to kids. I have a weak spot for kids.
Mhm.
Do you ever feel like when we talk about cutting people off or leaving people behind, do you ever feel like a sense of guilt with that?
Guilt? No, I wouldn't say guilt. I would say it's sad. Like I think there's maybe a bit of grief or like a light version of grief that you
Yeah.
go through. I don't know if guilty would be the word, but I think it is a loss. And like for better or worse, somebody can be not aligned with you and you know that and you need to separate or whatever, but you still miss the person. Like you still had a bond with this person.
Yeah.
And so I think there's a more of a grief of like maybe missing certain aspects or certain things or certain memories that are attached to this person, but then it's ultimately like back to reality, this person was not a good person. Like overall, or this person was not a good person for me overall. So I think you can miss the good and like still accept that you need to move forward. Like I
Yeah.
am not a block spinner in that way. Like I don't think you cut people off and then be like feel guilty and then let them back in or block unblock. I don't think I would dabble in any of that. I think you can just miss them and or miss the moment or like have a moment, acknowledge it. I think that's human and normal to be like, oh damn, I missed this. Or wow, this was, miss this person or this memory, but like ultimately it's for the best that we have gone our separate ways.
I could probably argue that my first bout, I guess, with that feeling was going to college because like I had a lot of friends, even family as well, but I had a lot of friends who, like people you grew up with, people you get in trouble with, you know what I'm saying? People you do all the kid stuff with, right? Like all
Yeah.
the teenage stuff with. You doing things you ain't supposed to be doing, right? And then like let's be real, if you grew up in a place like that, like in a hood or anything like that, right, where it's not that many people go to college. I'll just put it that way. And you choose the road less traveled and you go to college, a lot of your friends from back home probably think like, oh, like, oh, you think you better than us now. You went to college and you da da da. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you don't know. I don't know if at that age you have the verbiage to say like I'm not on what you want no more. Like I'm over here now. You feel
Right.
me? I'm trying to like you. I'm not saying that you can't still be in the streets, but as for me,
Myself.
I'm going over here.
Hmm.
And so I think that was my first real like that was my first time dealing with exactly what we're talking about, which is like sometimes people just get cut off. And like it wasn't even my intention to cut them off. It just kind of happened
Yeah.
because the paths like just
Diverge.
yeah.
I don't think for me it hasn't been a decision, like an active decision or choice until like maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Like I think
Mm,
every other like situation like that has been very much just due to circumstance. Like I move or we go to different schools. Like it's not like a official like friendship
yeah.
dissolution. It's just
Yeah.
like I went here, you went here. We don't see each other. We might text and then we just might not text or whatever. But it hasn't been until like my adult, like maybe 28, 27, where I'm like, I think I need to leave this person. You know how you say, if I didn't text you by January or whatever, that means I left you in the year before. There have been people like that where I'm like, you know what? I need to leave them in 2018. I need to leave them in 2019 or whatever year it was. I don't know. But that was like as an adult where I'm like, this is just not the vibe for one reason or another.
It's kind of funny because when some people will be saying like "Well, you change or whatever, because that is a line that people often say in situations like this where it's like if they feel like they if a change is happening, right, in the dynamic of a friendship, a lot of people like to be accusatory. It's like, oh, like you changed, you switched up, like you're not the same person you used to be. And it's like, no, I'm not. Like, what do you no, like, especially
Right. You expect
when
me to be
you
the
in
same?
yeah, when you in, a teenager all the way, I'm gonna say your entire 20s, honestly. Ain't just supposed to happen. Like you pointing the finger talking about you changed. Yeah. Like, yes, nigga, I have changed.
Uh,
How do you
it's the
expect for
point.
me to grow? Telling me that I changed is not an insult to me. It's just like, well, thank you for noticing. Thank you for noticing. I'm not a caterpillar no more, nigga. Like,
Growing. Like, God forbid I blossom. God forbid my frontal lobe
God,
develop.
God forbid.
God forbid I make better decisions and want to better my life and my circumstances. Crazy.
Right. And you still got a soft spot.
Please, has anybody ever told you that? Like somebody has told you you've changed?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. Multiple times. Like even when I was just saying I went to college. When I was talking earlier about like I use going to college as an example of the first time we experienced this.
Oh, yeah.
When I went to college, one of my friends back then was definitely probably like after my freshman or sophomore year was like, "Yo, you changed,"
Mm.
and it's like
I
probably
did.
like
I did.
I've
Yes.
been gone. I look,
Yeah.
I have changed. I went to college and got allergies. I'm different. Like
I went to college and my allergies went away, thank God. And then I moved back home and then they came back. But I think it's interesting because a lot of people in my orbit, like middle school, high school, didn't go to college or didn't finish college. And from there, we are just in very different stages of life. Not stages, because
Yeah.
we're all the same age, but very different places in our lives.
Hmm.
And I think going to college is like that is like a cliff that you either, I don't know, you fall off or you don't, but I think that dramatically alters how many people can come with you and can't come
For
with you.
sure. For sure.
Like
This is,
that baseline.
yeah, this is just a thought. This might be a little bit off topic, so I apologize. I'm gonna reel it back in though. I just got to get this off
Mhm.
because we talking about like changing and going to college and stuff like that. I have a, I don't know if I ever mentioned my sister on the podcast, but I do have a sister, a younger sister, who is, Kayla, how old are you? I don't know
You
how old my
always
sister is.
say you always say she is however old she is.
She is however old she is. I don't know how old Kayla is. Kayla might be like 25, 24, somewhere around there. She's in mid 20s. And Kayla, I hope you don't mind me putting your business out there, but like she ain't go to college, right? And it's nothing. She started, but she didn't finish. I put it that way. She did go, but she just didn't finish. And it's so wild. Anybody who had a sibling that they grew up in the same house with, it is wild to look at your sibling or siblings and see how different y'all can be, even though y'all grew up in the same house, under the same circumstances, with the same opportunities, the same parents. Like everything is the same, except for
Mhm.
your age, maybe. And it's your lives are different. The way you look at life is different. The way you approach things is different. And I think one of the biggest differences between me and Kayla is college. Seriously. Like college did something, like activated a part of my brain that
It really truly does.
makes me think more critically and not make decisions based off of emotion. Like there are just so many things that I attribute to college. She doesn't have that. So sometimes when I see her like go through life and she makes mistakes, as we all do, right? She makes mistakes, but I feel like it's some mistakes that she wouldn't have made had she
Mhm.
had those experiences.
Right.
And that's just my truth. But so like all that to say, if you have friends who didn't go to college and you did, like y'all sometimes your views are just so different. And I can't quite I'm probably not doing a good job of explaining it, but like there's differences there for sure.
No, there are like even just like your orbit, like the things like the things you follow, the things you care about. Like I find like the things I engage the media I engage with, like is it all like NPR and like super political, like anything
Yeah.
super academic? Not always, but there is a lot of academic discourse in my on my social media. But I think like there are people who are just like baddies, 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 and they can tell you everything. And I'm not saying that like that's not entertainment. Like it is entertainment, but like that's the beginning and end of the media you consume is fighting and shade room and da 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 da. And I think like college is one of those places where you realize that stuff is like that don't matter. Like in the grand scheme, that is a distraction from all the other things going on. Like you're riding your brain, and maybe this is going to sound like I'm on my high horse a little bit, but it's like you are riding your brain with stuff. You are becoming you are the iPad baby now,
Yeah.
and like your actual baby is also an iPad baby. It's like I don't know. I think college is one of those decisions that really impact the way you navigate the world.
Hmm.
Um, and it just I don't know. It can really dictate so much, unfortunately.
I mean,
And that's where your paths just you just can't come because like the stuff that I care about or that interests me, you think is boring or corny or
yeah,
whatever.
but you know what? I have a theory. I have a
Tell
theory.
me.
This just popped in my head. Thank you, God. I have a theory. Maybe for those of us who go to college and finish, right? We have a different level of appreciation for knowledge and like education, and not always in the formal sense, right? Like I think that there's this thing inside of a lot of us who have gone to pursue higher education where it's like we like even for people like me who don't like school, I like learning new stuff though.
Hmm.
Like I like learning new stuff. I like unlocking new doors because you never like you don't know what you don't know. And so to always be seeking and pursuing to learn or do something new, like that is life to me. Like why would I ever want to limit myself to just the knowledge I have today? If I had to live the rest of my life with just the knowledge I have today, March whatever 2026,
Yeah. That's not enough.
I'm cooked.
Yeah.
I'm cooked.
And there are people who stopped. There are people who stopped in 12th grade. There are people who clocked out of learning new stuff in 11th, 12th grade and have not deigned to try to accept new knowledge willingly, ain't picked up a book, ain't watched the news. Like there are people who, like, when I say you live a completely different life, like we live completely different lives.
Yeah.
And those decisions influence who comes with you to the next chapter. Like my like friends that I met in my doctoral program, like there's a group of us of black women. Like the program was very much, we were not the majority. Well, we were a little, there were a few black people in the cohort, but like there were three of us who were around the same age. And like those became my, my sisters, like my girls. We defended our dissertations like all in the same time. Like we all of our doctor anniversaries was coming up. And it's like we're talking about, okay, what's the next research thing? What conference do we want to present at? What
Mm-hmm.
How can we collaborate? Are we doing like, that's the kind of conversations we're having.
Mm-hmm.
I can't talk to somebody who I like went to middle school with about that, because what are we talking about? And it might sound elitist. Like I think my fear is that it comes off elitist, where it's like I'm talking about the next thing I'm going to apply for, or the next thing I want to publish, or like what I'm writing, what new knowledge I want to put out. And you're just not talking about that. Whatever you're talking about is not something I'm interested in. Whatever I'm talking about is not something you're interested in. Love you, like it's no love lost. It's just
Yeah.
like it becomes a point where I'm not relatable to you and you're not relatable to me.
It's funny that you said that because I think probably quite a few episodes ago, I think you asked me a question like, if like would I be open to like entertaining a conversation with somebody who I feel like is not educated or something along those lines. You remember that? So I think it's just funny that just came back around. You don't like having conversations with uneducated people.
It's not that I don't like having conversations. Well, no, it's not that I don't like having. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. I think the things that make me excited are things that don't excite a lot of people. That's what I'll say. It's not that I don't like clearly we watch Love Is Blind. I can talk about it, or watch things on TV that other people are watching. It's not that I don't care to talk about certain things with certain people. It's just that I feel like I'm able to communicate with the masses, but I don't think the masses are able to communicate with me, if that makes sense.
That's
Like the
fair.
things that I get really, really like geeked out about, like are things that very few people actually care about.
Fair.
That's what I feel. Like I feel where the conversations where I feel the most stimulated, like with you or like with academic stuff, nobody, like a lot of people are just like, girl, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And I think that's the part, like the disconnect, I think, especially like with friendships and like other like relationships and things. It's like, well, you check out at a certain level. Like my elevator goes to a point, and at a certain point you get off the elevator because the stuff that the rest of the stuff is like irrelevant to you, or you don't care about, or
Yeah.
you don't know about, you don't care to go there with me, is what I'm trying
Yeah.
to say. So it's not that I can't talk to anybody. I love to talk to everybody. I work with young people. Like it's not about being educated or not. I think the things that just really get me going, only a few people care to discuss.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, I don't disagree. I don't disagree with you. I think I can probably agree.
You think you could probably agree.
I think I could probably agree. Cause like, so I'm trying to think about it like for me. Cause the
Mm-hmm.
things I like to talk about, like basketball or the youth, or like honestly, I think I'm a chameleon. I think that I could walk in any room with any demographic,
You can.
regardless of what the conversation is about, and immerse myself in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if somebody was having a conversation in this room about anime, I don't watch anime worth a damn.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not because I don't like it. I just never watched it. It's unfamiliar to me. Like, it is
Mm-hmm.
uncharted waters for Aaliyah. That don't mean that I can't ask questions and be a part of the conversation.
See, for me, I'm not a chameleon, because if I don't want to talk about something, I am going to disengage real bad. And I think I don't know if that's like neurodivergence or what, but like if there's a conversation between people and like at one point, like how earlier we were talking about hair, dyeing our hair, and you just kind of was like
But
that's
I
how I, but
but I
you were
was
still
locked
in the
in though.
you were
I
still
was
engaged
locked in.
in the conversation.
Yeah.
We were talking about something I did not care about. I would try to exit. I would just be like, I don't want to talk about this.
I think a part of that is because there's a sick part of me that loves seeing how people's brains work and how they think
Mhm.
and how they, you know what I'm saying? So like I might not know exactly what you're talking about, but I want to know what made you come to that conclusion. Like why do you want to dye your hair brown? Tell me. What's
And
the
then
what's the what's the lore with blonde hair? Why you want to be
see,
blonde?
that's your Scorpio-ness of wanting to like get to the root of why people act the way they act.
Mm.
My energy's like, girl, I don't care. Like, I don't care. I don't care about like that. Like, I'm not thinking about that. And
At the end of the
maybe
day, I won't say I care because like I could care less if your hair
curious.
was purple, blue, blonde. I don't care, but I'm curious.
Curious. See, I don't care, and
That
I'm not curious.
I just be curious. Like, why you that ensemble you got on? What? Like, if I was sitting with Cam Newton, I'd be like, now this hat. I don't care about it,
Yeah.
but like, what would that walk me through the thought process behind this design?
Yeah.
Tell me. And then they'd be like, oh, well, see, this feather, this stands for da da da.
This
And this
feather.
rim, like, I'd be like, okay.
Okay. Makes sense.
No, don't. I don't think nothing Cam Newton say makes sense. But eclectic. He's an eclectic individual.
It's hard. Like, I don't know. It's really hard for me. And I feel like a jerk. Like, I feel bad for the way that sometimes I can just disengage
I think that's a
from a
talent.
conversation.
That's a talent.
It
That's
feels
like
rude. It
my
feels
mama
rude. I
used to
think
do that to me.
elders would be like, "You're rude." Like that's rude.
Nah, my mom would do that to me all the time.
Like check out of a conversation.
Bro, my mom would tune me out. Like she would have the Aaliyah frequency and just she
Well,
hear
yeah,
everything but me.
and you know what? You not to therapize myself, but I grew up in a very yelling house, and I learned to tune yelling people out, especially men. It just becomes like white noise. Like and so maybe that's what it is because it's usually things that I'm disinterested in, which is usually when men talk.
Hmm.
So it's like I don't know if it's like a thing like when men talk that I just kind of like, like
Sometimes I wish I was like that, but I'm too observant. Like I'm too hyper aware.
you're very aware.
I am like you could be having a conversation across the room, and I'm reading. I might not look at you, but I might be listening, or I might be looking at your body language. I might not know what you're talking about, but I
I
could tell. Like,
admire
oh,
that
she
about
mad.
you.
She mad at him. She mad at him. Like,
I be so in my own world. Clearly, I've gotten into the wrong Ubers
see,
before, ended up at the wrong destination, and don't realize it
you got that.
until I'm somewhere else that I didn't even know I was supposed to be.
Sound like a Lifetime movie.
Listen, you was gonna phone me the one time we did, which that was an accident.
But y'all was under the influence, which
Yes, that was a unique situation, and it was two Ubers back to back. Both the drivers looked very similar, and we just got in the wrong car, and we ended up somewhere we was not supposed to be.
y'all would have been
But
watching the
now, you know
story.
what? We're probably the reason why you gotta have a pin code for everything nowadays.
Y'all would have been on Nancy Grace.
I think we're very kidnappable. But yeah,
Somebody kidnap me, they gonna bring me back. You hear me? I'm be like, where is the chicken tenders? Like, golly.
I think they would bring you back because you're singing,
Or you think I can
not
sing
because
them into submission?
I think so. I think depending on what you sing, if you sing something good, then they might be like, "I have a request." But if you sing something like that they don't want to hear, like probably gospel or something, they would be like, "Girl, get out."
I'd be like, so what made you want to kidnap me though? Like,
What about me
what
gives
about me
victim?
gives
What about me gives victim?
like you shut up, I'll kill you. Well, I'd have seen everything but Christ anyway, so
No,
that's what Snoop Dogg said in Friday.
is it?
I mean, not Friday, Baby Boy. I'm tripping.
I'm gonna say Snoop
Sorry,
Dogg.
Baby Boy.
Need to give my black card back. I'm like, huh?
Baby Boy. Please don't come for me. Don't come for me.
No,
Y'all didn't
no.
hear that. That was a mistake. I should
It
cut
was an
that out.
honest
No, you know
mistake.
what? I'm
Strike it
gonna
from the
leave that
record.
in. Huh?
I said, strike it from the record.
Straight, yeah, straight up from the record. It's okay. No, I'm gonna leave it in because I'm human. Players mess up too.
And do.
So I guess kind of like my last little question is access, right? So we talk about cutting people off. We talk about all these things, right? But I think access is a very important element, right? Well, I'll frame it this way. What does, to you, to Dr. D, what does it mean for somebody to have access to you?
What does it mean to have access to me? I think it means that you write me, like you communicate with me, and I respond back in a
Okay.
timely fashion. Like I think to have me on Instagram is like one thing, and I think my Instagram is public anyway, so like that's pretty open access. But that's a very you're not really getting that much. Like you probably get some photo dumps every once in a while. So I don't know if I would consider that access, but I think to me access is there's an open line of communication that's pretty easy. What does it mean to have access to you?
Would I'm inclined to agree. Like access to have access to me means you have my number, you text me, I answer. And if
That's a big set of circumstances for you.
anybody who knows me, if you've looked at my phone before, the amount of unread text messages. So like I think that's for me, for Coach A, that is probably like the pinnacle of access. You text me, I answer. I don't equate access to having me on Instagram because like at the end of the day, you see what I want you to see.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even be interacting with people like that on Instagram, honestly. But yeah, the pinnacle was like you have my number, you have my attention. If you call me and tell me to pull up, I pull up. You know what I'm saying? Like you have that. It's like VIP,
Mm.
and there's not very many people in this life.
I was going to ask you how many people are on your VIP list right now?
Less than 10.
I mean, I would agree with that.
My nieces, my mama, my grandmother, my sister. I would say my best friend Garrett, you, and maybe my aunt, and that might be it. And well, no, I'm lying. Time out. I'm lying because my cousins definitely have access to me. Okay, so it might be 10, but most of those are family, close family too. Like I know I said aunt, but in my family, my aunt, she damn near my sister. Like
so outside of your family, so let's keep like your close family.
Outside of my family, you, Garrett.
I would argue that the girls you coach have access to you.
The girls I coach do have
You
access
would pull
to
up.
me.
You would pull up to
but I
collect
don't
them.
but according to what I said earlier about like you text me and I answer because I be muting them. That group chat muted because they be wilding. They be wilding.
But if they reached out to you one on one, like Coach A, can we?
They got that. They got that.
Yeah.
The girls I coach, the kids I coach, I often prioritize over even like my family or even like the other people who are very important to me because like I understand the role I play in their lives. Like as a coach, as a a third space, like I understand that, and so I also understand how important having those people who are not your family. Like as a person who plays sports, I've witnessed and experienced firsthand what having people like that in your life can do for you. And you know what I'm saying? So I ain't saying that I will drop everything and come running for them. But like if I'm not in the middle of doing something too crazy, I will drop it and go. Like if they in trouble, I'm like, all right. Now I ain't saying I'm bailing them out of jail because it's like, no, you gotta call your mama.
Right, but
But
yeah.
That's wild. Speaking of, again, I'm probably off the rails real quick, but this just reminded me, and I want to ask you this: Do you believe in get out of jail free cards for kids? So let me set the boundaries. Let me explain. If your kid or a kid that you're close to, Avery, if Avery is in trouble, right, like real big trouble, or maybe he's just got himself mixed up into something that he needs to be rescued from, like the example I use the most when I ask this question is like, let's say he went to a party and stuff is happening at the party and he's like, I don't think I want to, they doing drugs and they just wilding, Project X type.
Yeah.
Or maybe they committing crimes or anything like that. And he calls you and is like, hey, I don't want to call my mom, but like, can you come pick me up? Would you go? And how many of those would you give him?
So I think you get one like let me choose my words carefully. I think you get one in the sense that I will come wherever you need me to be, and we'll never mention it again. Like you get one oops and it's done, it's over. I'm not mentioning it again. Like it's just it is what it is. I think, will I continue to help you? Of course, especially if it's Avery. Like I'm going to
Yeah.
help you whenever I can help you. Whenever you need help, I'm gonna help you. But I'm not going to shut up about those other times. You get one where it's like, all right,
No questions
no
asked.
questions asked, and I'm never gonna bring it up. Like, will I tell your mom? It depends on the severity. Like, I'm not crazy.
Right.
Um, Depending on the severity, like I might be, if it's just like I'm somewhere I don't want to be or I shouldn't be, like, oh, whatever. But if it's something crazy, then of course I'm gonna tell your mom.
So if
But
Avery was like, I'm on K&A, come pick
please,
me up.
please, if Avery was on K&A, I would be like, for what? I would, yeah, I'm coming
You
to get you,
gotta
but like, I'm not saying nothing because like that's just, what are you doing?
hold on real quick, because that was a very specific. You gotta explain to people who ain't from Philly what K&A is.
I prefer not to actually. K&A or Kensington and Allegheny is a place in the city where just a lot of people have congregated who are, struggle with addiction, and they like whatever the drugs that they take make them appear zombie like. So they're just slumped over, they're just kind of like literally folded over. Like if you just look it up, just look up Kensington and Allegheny on YouTube or TikTok and you'll
Period.
see.
I think
Our
they
mayor
they
has done a lot to disperse them, so they're not all as concentrated at K&A, but it's just generally the place where it's known for them to be. So there's a lot of like illicit drug use and things, and it's quite scary. Like if you're not from here, or even if you are from here, just to see human people that appear to be literal zombies, like hunched over, not really moving, like standing but not moving. It's very strange. It's a very scary sight to see. So for my sweet precious baby to be out there, it would be like, what are you doing? Like, how'd you end up here? Nothing inherently. Well, I mean, it is violent, but you know,
I
it is
just felt
what
like
it
the
is.
people needed context. I'm
For
sure somebody
context, yes.
listened. It was like, what's K&A?
For feel free to look it up, and if you ever come to Philadelphia, I highly suggest that you come check it out for yourself.
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to derail us, but no,
it's okay.
pulling it back a little bit.
Mhm.
Access is, I guess it's something that could be different for everybody. Like the definition, I mean, uh,
Mhm.
could be different for everybody, right? So
Mhm.
when it comes to again our theme, everybody can't go. Um, the people who can't go, so to speak, the people who cannot go. What
Mhm.
does the difference in access look like?
I think for me, I'm not really too much of a blocker unless you like are harassing me, then okay. But I think losing access just means that we don't communicate as much or at all. Like the lines of communication is
Happy birthday.
much less than it used to be. That's what I would say. Like I don't feel the need to like block people or make a big deal of us not being friends or not being in a relationship anymore. It's just it's a respect. It's a respectful departure. Like you live your
Yeah.
life. I wish you well. I'll live my life, whether you wish me well or not. And then like, there's some people who I've divested from, we'll say, that we still follow each other. Like I still see what they post, still like what they post. Like I'm still like, congratulations on this or that. Like it doesn't have to be anything malicious on my, because I don't feel any ill will on my end. Like if they
Yeah.
feel that, then that's on them. But I would imagine not, because we're still like friends on social media. We just don't have to be best friends. We don't have to be as close. Like, and that's okay.
And that's
So
okay.
yeah.
I have been very okay with like this concept as a whole. My cutoff game is impeccable. Like it's not too many people, and this is just the truth. You can call me cold hearted, you can call me cold blooded, whatever. It's not too many people that I'm gonna lose sleep over. And it's not like, I feel like a lot of people equate that to like, oh, you don't care, oh, you was never their friend in the first place. No, it's just that I understand. It's when I tell you it's not too many people in this world that I will lose sleep over losing like access to or losing friendship with. Like it's because I understand that some things just ain't meant to last forever.
Hmm.
Like I think it was a Medea movie or Medea play where Medea, Tyler Perry, whatever, was like, it's some people in your life where it's like, it's some people who are branches, some people who are leaves, and then you got the roots. As long as I got my roots, them people at the
Yeah,
bottom that hold it all together, hold me together, like them branches gonna fall, them leaves gonna fall. But I still, as long as my foundation is good, my base is good, like I'm Gucci.
yeah, I
I
feel that.
don't, and it's not that I don't care. It's not that I don't love y'all, but it's like if I were to lose sleep over everybody that I've ever lost or everybody I ever grew apart from in life, I never sleep. I never
Yeah,
sleep.
yeah, and you gotta sleep. Tyler Perry can be profound every now and again. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Every now and then. So
Every
is
now and
there
then. I
is
mean, because
huh?
what'd you say?
Out. You was talking and started talking over you.
I was saying like I think that's an interesting metaphor because leaves do be coming and going like with the seasons. Like people, like they can come and go for a couple weeks, couple days, couple months, whatever.
Yeah.
Branches are around for a while, but not always.
And it's not
Sometimes
that
they can break, sometimes they can snap, sometimes like something can fall and it falls off. But the tree itself is
it's
not
hard.
gonna.
It's hard to uproot a tree.
It's hard to uproot a tree, like a whole tree. But a
A whole tree.
branch, yeah, a branch will snap. Somebody can step on it, hang on it.
Even when you cut a tree, the stump is usually left behind
It sure is.
with the roots and all that.
Shout out Medea.
So that's kind of like, I'm not saying Tyler Perry taught me this at all by any by any means, but I'm saying like I've understood that concept
Mhm,
from like since I was a jit.
mhm.
So as an adult, like that's something that's been in practice for years at this point. And like I understand that some people, they haven't had that context or they haven't, that hasn't been in practice for them for years. There's some people learning that lesson in their 30s. It's some people learning that lesson in they, in their 20s.
Mhm.
And then there's people like, your mom. Not saying that she doesn't know this, but I'm saying there's people like your mom who has had friends, the same friends for 20, 30 years. So it's like that might not be her reality, right? Her sandboxes is still here.
Right. Her sandboxes is still here.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Like, I don't know. That's just such a high standard. Like, that's just such a high bar that I didn't realize was a high bar until I realized how unrealistic that was in my life.
As a 30 something, I'm impressed by that.
Yeah.
I'm impressed that your mom has friends that she's been friends with since they was knee high to a grasshopper.
Since before I was born, since high school, like years and years.
That's wild.
And I don't know if it's like it could be because they all kind of went similarly. Like they all went to college. They all kind of went through life not exactly the same, but I think a lot of them, stayed at the same stayed at a level that made sense. Like it's not
Yeah.
like one of them dropped out or one of them did like this thing. They all kind of moved forward together through life. So it could be that, but it could just be like their sense of loyalty is just different. Like who's to say like some of them couldn't have fell out or would have fell out but just didn't because of the fact that they was so locked in. It's like we're gonna throw away a 15-year friendship. Whereas
Yeah.
I think our generation is like, I will throw away a whatever. Like, people will throw away whatever for whatever reason. And I think our standards are a lot higher or our fuse is a lot shorter, one or the other, that we will cut people off for reasons that maybe other generations wouldn't have.
Yeah. I ain't gonna say my fuse is short. My scissors is just sharp. I cut it off. And I got the memory of a goldfish. So like,
You do. I don't know. I think the idea of friendship specifically, like I was talking to one of my colleagues about the novel Sula by Toni Morrison. I don't know if you've ever read Sula, but spoiler alert for a book that's 80 years old, not 80, a lot of years old. There's two best friends in the book, and they've been friends since childhood. Takes place in the 1930s. So they've been friends since the 1910s, whatever. And when they grow up, one friend sleeps with the other friend's husband, and the other friend crashes out as one would. And the friend was like, "Why are you tripping? Like, we share everything. Like, basically, like, we share everything. We share
yeah.
secrets. We share this. We share that. Why wouldn't we share your man?" And it's like Toni Morrison is her mind, but it's like that concept of like,
Can
and
you
that wasn't. Could
imagine?
you imagine be like, girl, we share everything.
We
Like,
share clothes, we share food, a room,
yeah.
we cohabitate. Why we can't share?
Why we can't share him? Like we share everything else. And to her, it was like the most natural thing to be like, girl, why is you even mad? And of course, the other friend is like, that's my husband. Like, that's my man. What you talking about? So it's like, I don't know, even things like that, where it's like the way we view friendship as generations and loyalty as a generation has shifted. Like, we're just so much quicker to be like, and not to say like if somebody sleeps with your significant other, duh, like that's a reason to unfriend somebody for sure. But like, I don't know, it just makes me think like throughout time how we've chosen to cut people off.
Yeah. That word loyalty is a dangerous one. We could have a whole
It
episode
really,
about that, but
we
I
can
think that word loyalty
next
is
week.
huh?
I said next week's episode.
Yeah, that word loyalty is a tricky word, right? Because that joint don't even mean the same thing to everybody.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, I mean, I think ultimately, like to put it plainly, access to me is a privilege. Like, and you can take that how you want to take it. Access to me is a privilege. Like, I value my time, I value my energy. Like, if it don't align with what I got going on, or I feel like it's gonna be a waste of either one of those things, I ain't doing it.
Yeah,
Argue with your mama. Find something safe to do.
I
But
agree.
I'm in. I have long been in this era of like I'm protecting my peace. Like I've dealt with so much bullshit in my life, and I've entertained situations that I shouldn't have longer than I should have, and it's like nah. Like I'm I am choosy. I am choosy with my energy. I'm picky with my with who I give my time, who and what I give my time to. So like access to me is a privilege.
I feel very privileged that you're here with me today.
Hell yeah, and I think that the people who not the people who are not uh present, like when you going through stuff, like when you going through struggles, or when you building something, like they not there to support you, they not there to applaud you when the crowd ain't there, like all those people don't deserve to go,
Mm-hmm.
in my humble opinion. Like if you weren't with me shooting in the gym, if you wasn't with me shooting in the gym, you don't get season tickets when I make it to the league.
Mm.
You don't get floor seats.
Clock it.
You don't get that. You don't get that.
Clock it.
And when you're going through that, when you're learning that lesson, it could feel very lonely, right? Like going through that phase, going through that growth could feel lonely. If especially if you cut people off left and right, like it's probably gonna be lonely. But when you get to where you need to be or where you want to be, you'll you will look back and be like, yeah, they had to go. They had to go. And then you'll
Yeah.
meet new people.
Yeah. Because
You'll
some, I
grow
mean,
new
some people
branches.
really just be plotting. Like, some people are just secretly hating and plotting and copying and like just not who you need to have in your circle. Like, truly.
Yeah. You gotta learn how to read people, right? Because like some people are really good at hiding their true intentions, or they're really good at like sending their representative to interact with you. And some people will ride your wave all the way to the destination and then leave
Listen,
shit.
no comment. No comment. I feel like that speaks to my soul. There's so many people who have been like, "You're smart. I'm gonna stick with you." No interest in me outside of that. Like, no real interest in like who I am. But like, I could follow you. I could be in a group with you. I could do this with
Hmm.
you. I could do that with you
Hmm.
until it's time. Until there's tension, and it's like I make the decision to not serve you in that way anymore. And then it's like, well, oh my god.
Yeah. And then like, which when you do decide to cut people off or leave people behind, they might miss you. Or like some of them might miss you, and some of them might be bold enough to even tell you that they miss you. Like, oh, I miss what we had, or I miss the friend, I miss my friend, or whatever. But like sometimes the truth is that they don't really miss you. They miss what you did, or they miss, the access that they had. Like they miss that version of you. And that's another point. Like you might miss me, but you miss me that I was 2 years ago. Like I'm not even that person no more.
Right.
So cutting people off is the first step, but maintaining the cut is following through is the
Yeah.
you gotta
That's
wrap
the
that up. You gotta
challenge.
put a bow on that. You feel me? But yeah, everybody can love you and not have access to you, and you can love them and they don't have to have access to you. Just let them love you from
That
a
part.
distance. I'm telling
A
them
distance.
that's the kind of stuff you watch from a
From a
distance.
distance, now it's being Tyler Perry stands.
Right.
Yeah. My love has a limit.
My love has a limit. But yeah, I encourage anybody out there listening, do a friend audit, man. Do a friend audit. Like seriously, really look at your friend. And it don't gotta be real loud and you ain't gotta make the block hot. Just, to yourself.
Yeah.
You don't even gotta write it down if you don't want to. It could be a mental audit. But for real, like the people who are the closest to you, what do they bring to your life? Or do y'all push each other? I'm serious because like when you reach a certain point, you're gonna need in your life, you're gonna need people like that. You're gonna need people that'll hold you accountable. Like if you got a friend that's if you trying to start a business or you trying to go back to school or do whatever and they want to go out on a Saturday night and you like, nah, I gotta write this paper, and they like, man, fuck that paper. Check audit.
Not your people. They are not your people. They are not your people. Like I can count on one hand the amount of people, the amount of friends that checked on me when I was in school. Like when I was really locked into school, like 2020 to 2023 ish, even 2024 to an extent. But like that 2020 to 2023, when I was actively in classes, actively like working on my doctorate, can count on one hand how many people like actually checked in. Of like, how's your writing going? How's this going? Like, what are you even researching? Like, I don't even know how many people who like Dr. D, my cousin's a doctor. Like, did you even know what I studied? Do you even know what I studied? Like, have you even read it? Did you come to my defense? Did
They
you
don't
watch
even
it?
know. They don't even know that you don't have a PhD.
And don't have a PhD. Right. So it's like it's a lot. Like, being a villager is hard. It's not
Yeah.
easy work. Like being like, and I think you and I know this uniquely. Like we're uniquely positioned to know this, that we are like in a lot of people's village.
Mm-hmm.
We are part of a lot of villages, but like how many people are a part of ours? How many people are a part of our village or villages
Correct. It's
that
gonna
can
come now.
actually pour in to us in a way?
Yeah, I mean, if you want my honest like kind of answer, I think that God, for me, I think that God purposefully made my life like this so that in my next chapter, I firmly believe in my next chapter I'm gonna have all of that. In my next chapter, I'm gonna have people in my village for
Yeah.
sure, for sure.
Yeah.
It's gonna be people pouring into me, and I'm gonna be overwhelmed.
Yeah, you are.
I'm gonna be overwhelmed.
And you're gonna know how to accept it. Maybe you'll be better at
And
accepting
I'm
it
gonna
by
know how to accept it. Like, and that's something I'm actively working on. But I think that a lot of times God is intentional about removing things or making you go without things so that when you get them, you know how to
appreciate
steward
it.
that. Like you know how to
Yes.
keep it and maintain it, and you know
Yes.
how to respond to it. So
Absolutely.
I am in my next chapter is definitely it's probably gonna be an abundance cup runneth over of
For sure.
support.
For
So
sure. Like I know we talked about maybe in one of our very first episodes we talked about low maintenance friends and like what that is. And like I've over the past couple months, however long we've been doing this podcast, but like I think I had the realization a few days ago. It's like I don't know if I want to be a low maintenance friend, and I don't know if I want to necessarily have low maintenance friendships. Like I think life happens, things happen. Like obviously we're not going to be checking on each other all day every day, talking all day every day. That's not realistic. But like the idea of having a friendship where you are very invested in what they got going on and they are very invested in what you got going on. Like even down to like what you wearing today, girl? What's the vibe? Like things like that I think are what make friendship worth it. Like
yeah.
otherwise we're just having check-ins. We're having like a supervision where it's like I'm
Mhm.
reporting out to you like I'm talking to my supervisor what happened on the
Status
last
report.
a status report. Like I don't think I want just a status report. I think I want like the whole shebang. Like
You want daily stand ups, daily huddles.
I want daily what you call it? What I say? Huddles. Daily huddles. I want like, what's the vibe? How are you feeling? What's going on? Like how are you mentally, physically, emotionally? Like what's going on?
Who I gotta fight? Who we gotta pull up on?
Yes, I want to know who do we hate? Who's the biggest op this week? Because I got some ops, and I'm sure my friends have ops too. Like I want to know. I want to be better in that sense. I don't want to be low maintenance, and I don't want anybody to feel like they need to be low maintenance to me. Because I'm being so selective with who's going. Well, that the people that's going with me, you going for real. Like I want to
Mhm.
know. I want to be that for you, and I want you to be that for me.
Yeah. Listen,
I really do think that that's what makes friendship. Like I want to gossip. I want to do all the things.
man, when you going through transitions, because you'll go through more than one transition in life from one
Yeah.
place to the next. Sometimes you in a little coupe where it's just you and maybe one other person, and sometimes
Yeah.
you in the tour bus and everybody, you know what I'm saying? Or sometimes you in a little 3-row SUV. It's like, all right, you know,
I'm very much in a Chevy Malibu.
you in a Chevy Malibu.
Yes.
It's respectable. It's good gas, good gas.
That's one of the only cars I know their name.
I think right now I'm in like a Nissan Sentra.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm in like a Nissan Sentra. It's not quite an Altima.
But it's, it got a couple spaces, got some room in the trunk, I'm sure.
I was ready to say somebody can get in the trunk.
Yeah.
I can probably, I can tie somebody to the roof.
Please. No.
But
No, don't tell
but
me
it's tight in there. We're gonna be packed.
And that's okay. Like that's who's coming on this who's coming from now to the next chapter. Mm-hmm. Chevy Malibu.
Everybody else
Chevy Malibu.
gonna have to watch from
Wherever they watching from. Maybe they're on
wherever they
Chevy
watching.
Malibu with somebody else.
But if this reaches anybody's ears that I know personally, I'm very appreciative of all of my friends, of all of my family, regardless of what the relationship is like, or what has happened, or what hasn't happened. I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful for all my interactions because I can take something away from everything, even if it was a negative interaction or a positive one. I could take something away from it, so I appreciate it. And this ain't y'all invitation to start hitting me up either. I don't want no hey big head text, bro. Like, keep that energy.
I mean, yeah, I think you could text. Like anybody can text you. Anybody could text me.
You could try.
You can try.
Man, I wish I could show the camera how many unread text messages I got. That might traumatize them.
It's so overwhelming. Like your phone, tragic. I would bet it's like 3,000. Okay, I wasn't far off. Ridiculous.
2,100.
First of all, you having all those like things stress me out. Like all the little numbers. I don't need to see that. I would get rid of all those.
My phone be on D&D. Or not D&D, it be on focus. So only certain people.
You were so focused.
Only certain people get through, the favorites get through on the focus. So I still get them all. I just don't get notified that I got them.
Crazy.
Anyway, and a lot of those are group chats. Probably the vast majority are group texts.
Group texts.
They be chatting. Like them kids, that's all they do.
Yeah,
that's all
probably.
they do. That's all they do. Them kids be chatting to each other, to nobody.
Just
like,
talking.
y'all shut up.
Just yapping.
I had to tell one of my players, I think it was Monday. She was texting me at like 11. I'm like, bro, I know you in class, yo. Pay attention.
Oh, AM. I don't know what you meant PM. I'm like,
no, like I'm like, you in school. I know you are. Like
on a Tuesday morning, you was
leave
just
me alone.
Just yapping.
I pull up.
Yeah, you would.
I pull up right to such and such middle school and sit in the back
and chaperone and observe.
Period. I pull up on all my kids. Anyway, I think this was a great conversation.
This was going to be a long
episode. Riveting.
It is.
But yeah, man. Tell us if you've had anybody in your life that you've had to cut off to level up. Sometimes you gotta subtract to add. You feel me? You gotta subtract to get more, right? So, did you have a conversation with that person? Did you go to them and was like, "Hey, you're cut off"? What was that? What was that like?
And tell us what kind of vehicle are the people that's coming with you? What kind of vehicle would y'all be able to fit in?
Is it a hoopty?
Is it a coach bus?
Is it a Sprinter?
We love a Sprinter here.
Love a Sprinter.
It's definitely a Chevy Malibu for me. It's like me and a few good Judys. That's it.
And sometimes that's all you need.
Doctor.
Hell yeah. But yeah, man, let us know. Let us know. Please. Well, first of all, before I ask y'all to do anything, let me say, we appreciate the support that we've been getting. We are like 3 months into this thing. Just to think that this literally started as a random idea one day. We ain't really had no plan. We ain't have nothing. It was just an idea on like a Friday. By Tuesday, we had an episode out. Like we just bought the equipment. It was like, F it, let's just do it.
Let's just do it. Let's just try it.
The support that we've been getting We see everything. We got listeners in different countries. Like this is wild. It's wild. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate y'all. Hopefully, we are helping people, or maybe y'all just enjoy the conversation. I don't know, whatever. But whatever is keeping y'all here, we appreciate you. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Like,
Yeah.
subscribe, leave a rating, do all the things. Even if you got constructive criticism, tell us. But be careful though.
Be nice.
I'm not. I'm just saying, cause I ain't know. You hear me? She might be nice, but me, find something safe to do. Anywho, but yeah, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We're gonna keep going. We've been consistent. We're gonna stay that.
We are. Let us know what you want to hear next. This is a really long episode. I'm excited. It's gonna be a good one. All right, friends.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for listening.
Thank y'all, everybody. Stay prayed up. Stay blessed up. We'll catch y'all on another episode.
At the end of the transcript. Bye.